people of YouTube, Guy Gash here again today. So if you're clicking on this video, you obviously wanted to participate in a guided yoga practice to relieve stress and help sleep. So I do this practice quite a lot, often obviously before bed. It does relieve stress, it does relieve, help sleep. It targets certain areas, so in specific today we're going to be targeting the hips. In the hip flexors. This is where a stress responses actually happen. So when you experience stress, when you experience anger, it gets stored within your hips, and that's how you have tight hips. So yeah, we're going to be attacking them today, stretching them, getting them open, bit of a full body stretch as well. And yeah, hopefully you feel a little bit more zen and you get a good night's sleep. So the starting position is in seated on the floor, on your mat, whatever you're participating on. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Please drop a like if you did enjoy the practice and you did participate. Share with a few friends and that. I know there's a lot going on. People need to lose the stress and get better sleep. So here we go. So we're starting in seated position here. This is where you want to center yourself within your body, within your breath. Leave the day behind you. Take time to just connect with now, the present moment, nothing before you, nothing after you. And you just sit here as long as you want. I usually sit here for around 5 to 10 breaths, or just till I start to feel myself forget the day, my mind slows down. Deepen your breath, and just really take your time to connect with the moment. So we're getting ready for his first movement. Raising his arms above his head. Inhaling in and exhaling on the way down. Really nice movement just to warm up the spine, warm up your back. Just get some motion and movement in the body. Do this as a cycle for 5 to 10 cycles. This is what we're doing in this practice. Warming up the spine, we're going to take ourselves into a forward fold. Now, take your arms as forward as you can. Obviously this is down to your body size and how far you can reach the floor. It's not a competition, it's just relaxing. The whole practice is focused on relaxation. So try and reach as far as you can and really try and open up, and you'll feel a stretching sensation in your lower back and also in your crossed legged under. You'll feel it in your hips as well. Any kind of sharp shooting pains we need to try and avoid. We're not trying to injure ourselves. Just stay for some 5 breaths and just keep focusing on your breath and focusing on the stretch and how it makes you feel. So once we've spent 5 breaths in that position, come back up to the top and change your legs. This gives an even stretch to each side of the hip flexors. As I say at the start of the video, that's where we're targeting today. That's where stress responses are held. And just find yourself nicely back down into the same position but with the opposite leg, and you should feel a little difference. Make yourself comfortable, focusing on relaxation, and try and slow your breath down. Try not to be too fast. Right, so once you've spent 5 breaths in this position, you want to find yourself in hands and knees, where you'll push yourself into downward dog. Once you're in downward dog, you press your hands away from you, your feet away from you, really push and stretch your calves and your back and the backs of your legs. And then we're going to do a chaturanga, which is dropping down into plank, and then find yourself flowing up into an upward dog. And this is the first and only flowy bit of the practice. We're warming up the spine, stretching his back, taking his time. Whatever variation feels comfortable for you, whatever transitions, you just do what works best for your body. Moving between the 2 positions. This is your body, your time. It's really important during these yoga practices to listen to his body, listen to what feels comfortable for us, and just working with what you've got. Really connect with you and your space. This is your time. Good bit of self-care for yourself here. release that stress, release that anxiety. So come up into down dog, and then we're going to transition through back to seated. Back to seated. Get your legs out in front of you. Get yourself comfy, get yourself set. And now we're going to wrap as fingers around as toes. Press with the thumbs and forward fold. Now obviously, depending on your body type and how you're shaped and how flexible you are, you may have your hands on your shins or your knees. As long as you're folding forward, you may even want to get a cushion to lean on, and just find whatever's comfortable for you. The main focus of this stretch is in the back of the calves. Bring your legs up to your knees, stretch it out, and back down for another forward fold. 5 long breaths in each position. Taking your time. Come up again, stretch that out. Another forward fold for the last time. A lot of tension in the back of the legs throughout the day, depending on what you do for a job. So it's nice to stretch that out and get that relaxation going within them legs. So once you've done your 5 breaths, this next position is going to be like a wide leg position. A real big open stretch. This is opening up as hips, targeting as specified area for today. Nice and wide as you possibly can. I've got a cushion here to help me with my folds. Just go sit forwards, get yourself comfy, and just relax within that position. I even end up getting a bigger cushion here, make it a bit more comfortable for myself. Once you're there, get comfortable. There we go. Holding this one for a bit longer this time. Keep holding it. This is a targeted area. You may experience a wave of emotions through this stretch. Tension and tightness. Breathe through it and try and remain calm. Coming up, I'm going to do a bit of sideways bending towards his feet now. So obviously this is depending on your body type and how flexible you are, whatever's comfortable for you. We'll try and find yourself stretching towards your feet. You feel this really around your hips, around your pelvic floor. Nice opening stretch and an opening sensation. You can even try and reach for your foot. It's not a competition, it's just whatever's comfortable. Now for your other side. Stretch it out. As I say, you'll experience a wave of emotions, tension, tightness, maybe a little anxiety and stress that you've been having. Allow it to release and pass. Reaching again. Now if you want to add a little bit of a side stretch to this, you can do. Opening up the side body and the shoulder and the lower back. Breathing through 5 breaths. Keep that nice deep breathing going. On the other side. So moving away from that pose now, we're bringing his feet close together. This is called open book. So we press his feet together, obviously down to your flexibility and your body type. You may find yourself folding here, and that's fine. And you're pushing your
legs down and opening the hips. So I found that my hips were a little bit tight, so before I got into the full posture I just decided to open my hips a little bit and push down into that weight and try and push them a little bit down. Wasn't forcing, we're trying to do this in a relaxed manner, and we're just opening up the hips, opening up and releasing that stress. Now get your breathing going, get focused and sit here for a while. Try and get 5 breaths going here. Now we're going to move to us open book pose. As I say, you might be up here, this is where you might be folding wherever you go. You may just want to go back to the forward fold from earlier, but to do the full posture, the full position, we cup our feet with our hands, interlock as fingers, and then fold forwards with the head. Now you may be just going part the way down, you may just fold a little bit forwards, you may just want to stay upright. As I say, this is where you're at. You may even want to put your legs out further like this, and stretch like that. That might be where your fold is and where your body's allowing you to get to. As I say, this is your practice, your time, and it's whatever you make of it. But back into the full posture, we're going to sit into this one. Now here we go. Now this is a real intense posture for the hips, opening up the hips. So bring yourself back up onto hands and knees once you finish there, and we're going to go into crow pose. So hands and knees, you bring your right knee across to your left hand, across the front there. You really want to sit down into this posture. So you're pushing into the outside edge of your hip of your right leg. And take your time for this. If you need to pause the video and get your posture right, that's absolutely fine. Slow it down and do whatever feels comfortable. Make sure that knee's comfortable. Make sure the back of the leg's straight. And then leaning down, and you'll feel this real pressure sensation in the hips. As I say, we're opening the hips up and just relax into this one. This one's a real nice one for the hips. Quite intense. You're going to have to find yourself calming your mind down, calming your body down and relaxing. You can hold this for 10 breaths. Extra long, this is where the relaxation kicks in now. How relaxed can you be? We're going to come up and change legs, whatever transition works best for you. Comfortable, controlled. Left knee to right hand. Coming across. Get that foot stuck out. Push your right foot back. Open up. And then drop down into that outside hip. As you can see, on this side my hip's a lot tighter. I'm quite a far way off the floor. So we're leading up to the beginning of the end of the practice. So you're going to want to take yourself down to laying down position. And to really get into them hips, we're going to do a bit of thread the needle. This is really simple. Bring one ankle onto one knee, whichever leg you want to start with. I usually start with right. And then thread your arms through and pull the knee towards your chest. And now you'll feel this tight sensation. I even grab a cushion to make my neck comfortable. Relaxation is the key. And really thread that needle. Pull that hip into your chest and breathe. Focus on the breath. Swapping sides now. Threading through. Pulling that leg closer towards your chest. Now if you have experienced trouble with the flexibility of your hips in this practice this evening, you can do this as a small practice for an early morning stretch or a late evening stretch just to warm your hips up, and this will improve your flexibility and also it will target your stress responses and calm your body and your mind. Now we're moving in what I call the T pose. So you want to push your feet out in front of you and you lay as if you're across on the floor. Bring your knees up to support your lower back and then drop your head towards your right hand. Now following from this, you drop your knees to the left, and this is a little slight stretch for the spine and the back now. The spine's seen a bit of opening and a bit of a work throughout the practice, so now it's a little stretch and a little relax for his spine and his back. Preparation for when we lay down to rest tonight and we sleep. Now if you can hear the volume of the video, you'll hear my breathing is very deep, very long. And this is pranayama breathing, focusing on the breath and really moving into the flow of the breath. Switching to the opposite sides now. Looking over to the left hand and dropping the knees to the right. You may feel a slight difference in sides, but the opening up of the spine, slight twisting sensation, releasing some of that tension from the day. Once we've finished this 5 long breaths, we're bringing ourselves into the finishing posture of the pose. So before we do that, give ourselves a big hug. Hug us knees in, just releases any tension in the lower back and the spine. Real hug it in tight, give yourself a hug. You've got yourself to the end of the practice. Open up, last one more expansion. Now you're bringing yourself into corpse pose. Now if you ever made angels in the snow, this is the kind of position that you're going for. And now just let go. Time to let go of everything and just breathe. This is where your breath needs to be at its deepest, and this is the most vital part of the practice, to really relax and let go at the end and let your practice soak into your body and your system. Now you can stay in this position as long as you like, but I hope you've I've enjoyed the practice and enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for participating, and I hope you feel a little less stressed, and I hope you have a wonderful night's sleep.